All right, gentlemen, quarter turn to the right. This is the first cue that's called out to competitors when they're lined up on stage. But what does it mean? Am I just turning to the right and facing that way? I mean, yeah, basically, but there's more. Last week we learned about the front relax pose and the main cues that we're using to set that pose up. And from those fundamentals, we want to apply what we learned to this new pose that we're learning today. Today, we'll be tackling the side relax pose. The benefit here, though, is that we'll be tackling two poses for the price of one in today's lesson. You might be asking, why is that? Well, that's because we're basically hitting the exact same pose twice. We're just facing it two different directions. Once this way, and then once this way. This will change up the cues a little bit, like what foot goes where do I need to be placing my arm. But as long as you can rub your two brain cells together, this should be fairly easy for you. As we move from the front relaxed pose into the side relaxed pose, I want us to start thinking about transitions as well. We aren't just going willy-nilly, turning on stage and then hitting the pose. We want to be a little bit methodical about how we transition from our front relaxed pose into that first quarter turn. Main reason for that is because every second that you spend on stage is another second that you are being judged. We don't want to show any holes or flaws in your physique. Any flaws or holes that we're showing off is just another reason for the judges to move you further and further from the center, just placing you in dead last. When transitioning in general, whether that's from the front relaxed pose to the side relaxed pose, we obviously want to still think about keeping our waist tight, but also within our transitions, we do want to find opportunities for us to be able to catch our breath. I would say this is especially important, especially for competitors who are primarily pulling a vacuum in most of their front-facing poses. So for this first transition that we're hitting, we're going to be pivoting on the balls of our feet, turning our right foot out and coming up on the ball of the left foot. You want to think about pushing your left arm forward. You can use this as an opportunity to show off your triceps, show off your back a little bit, or at least maybe that's what the crowd is thinking or what the judges are going to be thinking that you're doing. But in reality, this is a moment for you to turn your waist away from the judges so you can actually take a breath without them seeing you spilling your gut out, especially before setting into that next pose. From there, you're going to bring your left foot forward, keep it facing in the direction that you've turned, and then we're going to adjust the right foot, bringing up the arch of the right foot up to the heel of the left foot. And I'll let you know, there is a reason for this offset. Whenever you place your feet side by side, this can be uncomfortable to hold, or maybe even potentially you'll lose your balance whenever setting up this way. I've seen it happen. The main reason for this placement, though, is for the hamstring of the left leg. This cue will change whenever it goes to facing the other direction. Bringing the arch of your right foot to the heel of your left foot is now going to push the hamstring of the right leg into the hamstring of the left leg. This is going to allow you to show off the entire muscle belly of the hamstring itself. Since that right leg is pushing into the left, it's just going to make it appear that much bigger. Especially if you're doing it with your feet standing side by side, you're not going to have this benefit and your hamstrings are just going to appear smaller. So might as well give it the illusion of appearing a lot bigger. From here, we then want to think about blowing all of our air out of our midsection as we rotate our chest back towards the judges. One of the main cues that I use whenever talking with my posing clients is really thinking about driving your shoulders in a 45-degree direction, especially with thinking about where our feet are set up and then where our chest is set up. Forward is still forward. So using this cue of thinking about where we're placing our shoulders is going to be huge for us, because we're going to be thinking about driving our right shoulder in a 45-degree angle forward and then our left shoulder in a 45-degree angle behind us. This is going to then turn our chest towards the judges, absolutely, but it's going to allow us to still face the direction we need to be facing. The more perpendicular that we can bring our chest to the judges, getting that full rotation around, we're going to be able to bring the lats out from underneath and be able to show them off as well whenever we're hitting the side relax pose, especially from our side that's going to be obscured from being behind us instead of being the taper that's shown from the side facing closest to the judges. Especially whenever we have this rotation of bringing the chest back towards the judges, keep your head facing forward. I know we've seen people like Sam Sulek, especially at the Olympia, that whenever he hits his side relax pose, he's still facing the judges and smiling at them. Don't do that. They don't like that. We don't want that. So just face forward. Just face the direction they told you to face. With how our arms are going to be placed, we still want to be thinking about that diamond shape that we learned about whenever it was with the front relax pose. We're just creating a little bit more of a lopsided diamond whenever we set up into the side relax pose. Drive your right bicep up into the side of your chest, allowing it to appear nice and full and contract, really showing off the striations in detail. And then from the elbow to our wrist of our right arm, we want to think about driving that in towards our waist. We really want to be specific with this to not cover our midsection. We want to still be able to show off our abs. We want to be able to show off our taper. We don't want to obscure anything. With our left arm, think about driving your elbow back. We want to be able to show off the taper of our lats, especially on our left side. And then from your elbow to your wrist, angle it back in towards the waist again. again. The main thing that we're thinking here though is we still don't want to cover up anything in our midsection. Even here, don't want to cover the glutes. Just don't cover the glutes. Don't. Stop covering the glutes. Be proud of your glutes. Show them off. And then to know if your hands are in the right spot, imagine you're holding a bar. If that bar runs between your two hands and that bar is going to be level, solid. That bar is lopsided, not solid. You're doing it wrong. You can easily practice this by grabbing a mop. You can grab a broom. You can grab a deadlift bar and try this out. As long as it's straight whenever you're holding it in the mirror and looking at yourself, your arms are probably spaced out where they need to be. Now looking at our midsection, you want to think about breathing all of our air out of our midsection and giving us an opportunity to crunch down on our obliques. This will allow you to show your abs off better and the conditioning that you do have in your midsection. But the main thing that we're looking to try and accomplish here is what we learned again from last week. Since the judges are below us and in front of us, we still want to think about leaning towards them in that direction. So having this opportunity to blow all of our air out of our midsection and crunch down on our obliques, it's going to bring our upper body towards the judges. One final thing that I do want to talk about here is the lean. I see a lot of competitors shifting their weight forward onto the front of their feet, almost trying to attempt what Michael Jackson does in the Moonwalker. We don't want to do that. We really don't want to do that. This is going to throw off the proportions of the physique. You're not going to be able to bring your lats around, especially from the backside, to be able to show that off because you're more so focused on the actual balance of holding yourself up instead of just standing straight up and down. We still want to stand tall, and the only lean that we really want to have whenever we hit this pose is from crunching down on our obliques towards the judges. That's about it. And if you're practicing your posing and looking at yourself in a mirror, if you can imagine and see a line, especially from the middle of your clavicle all the way down to the ankle of your foot, and that's in a straight line, then you're doing just fine. If your clavicle's in front of your ankle, no, cut that out. If your clavicle's behind your ankle, still leaning the wrong direction. Make sure those are lined up. I promise it'll look better. You're going to be able to get a better contraction with just about everything. You're going to hold better balance on stage. You're not going to be worried about falling forward and running into the competitor next to you, but you're also not going to waste as much energy trying to hold all of your weight in the front of your feet. But there's the side relaxed pose. And if you've made it this far in the video, comment, what about the other side? If you're genuinely curious to figure out like how to hit the pose we just talked about facing the other side, take your two brain cells like we talked about earlier and just swap them. If I set a cue for the right side, now it's a cue for the left side. If I set a cue for the left side, it's now a cue for the right side. Pretty straightforward. The only thing that really changes when it comes to facing the other way is going to be the transition to get into that pose. But we'll talk about that next week. Let's elevate our physiques and our presentation whenever it comes to the bodybuilding stage. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, and subscribe, especially if you're looking to keep up with the posing breakdowns that we do from week to week. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.